Kia ora, konnichiwa. Hi, welcome to my channel. My name's Penny and I'm a New Zealander studying Japanese in Japan. So I've had a few ups and downs a lot of the way, a few downs, but you know, things are starting to get a bit better. So yeah, so we have to think positively even when the chips are down. So this morning I've just had a shower and I'm going to make some breakfast, and I probably make breakfast 90% of the time, and usually in the evenings I have been going to the supermarket and getting some meat, you know, frying some steak. I usually try and get the meat that's on special. Sometimes I have to buy it full price, but yeah, usually I look for the stickers saying it's on special. Now, I don't have a microwave here, so I've got no way of heating things up. So I haven't been buying, you know, the discounted pre-made food. But they do have areas where in the supermarket you can heat things up. But I think by the time I get home it's going to be cold, and so that option isn't that good. But I have seen some other stuff that I can heat up. I do have a fry pan that I've used to reheat things up. Or what I have done before is to buy a curry and have half of it one night and half of it the next night. So it does work out quite financially okay. I have been very, very careful about what I'm spending my money on, because, yeah, with the accident and like not having insurance, which I just cannot believe that actually happened, but it happened. I always have travel insurance. And yeah, I know some of the comments saying you're going off with the travel insurance and you got business class tickets. Well, I always get travel insurance. I thought I had it and it worked out that I didn't. The question about my business class ticket, I was looking at return flights and it was, I think, $100 more expensive than going economy, but you had to have a stopover. And I thought having a larger seat, kind of a bit more leg room, was better than being like really close up, because a lot of the economy seats are quite close together. And that was before I actually had the accident. So yeah, would I have done it again? Yes, I would have gone business class. I don't know if I would have gone with the same airline, because the second flight didn't have a place to put my leg, but it did have a lot more leg room, that I put my bag down and a couple of things on top where I could have my foot raised a bit. And also I had medical assistance where they helped me on the plane and off the plane, which was completely necessary, because yeah, it was pretty painful. But anyway, that's behind us and we're looking forward now. And at school, I'm enjoying the school. I'm not sure if my head is in the right space. I feel like I'm learning some stuff, but I'm finding it quite hard to concentrate. And I think that's just from the operations I've had and the medication I've been on for such a long time, that it's kind of made me a little bit fuzzy. So best case scenario was that I could have put my studies off for a couple of months while I heal, but with the visa that I had, I could have left the country and come back on a visitor's visa and then reapply to a school, but I really didn't want to chance that, because I didn't want to be rejected with my COE. So I decided to battle through. It has been quite hard. Would I have done it again? I'm not sure. I think I might have actually stopped my student visa to actually recuperate properly. but I'm here now. I'm seeing how I'm going. I'm taking it kind of day by day, week by week to see how it is. We do have a end of term test coming up in about 5 weeks' time. We've just had a midterm test, and we do have tests like each week to see how we're going, which is quite good because there's the school we're doing is a lot more conversational work. Teachers seem really good. We just, that first day where I was in a classroom by myself, when my daughter and I brought up the issue that we weren't actually that happy with that, they bent over backwards. First of all, they said they couldn't do anything because it was what it was. But I think it's because they couldn't make the decisions. Once the person who made the decisions found out, they changed the classroom straight away. So, they seem very, very kind, and they are concerned about everyone's welfare. They do have a app, and you put in each day how you're feeling, and it's like a reflection type of thing, and it's saying, are you happy to are you not happy? And you've got options. And so I think they monitor you that way as well. The room I'm in at the moment's not too bad. I am looking forward to going back to my other apartment. It's just the stairs which are an issue, and also getting into the bathroom because it has got quite a high step. But this week I'm seeing the doctor, and we're moving on to using crutches and not putting weight on my foot, but putting my foot down and then slowly putting a bit of weight on my foot. I have been trying to place it on the ground because it's not quite even. My foot's kind of healing at a bit of an angle, but it's just stretching, and I keep on, doing my exercises because I haven't been able to get to the doctors for rehabilitation. I'm only going like once a week, and I really wanted to go at least 2 to 3 times a week, but during the other times I am exercising my foot, and I have got some kind of rub that I've been rubbing on my foot just to get some circulation. Things are kind of looking a bit better, and just trying to think positively. And also thank you so much for all your supportive comments. I know there's a few naysayers out there, and some keyboard warriors, but whatever. I read them. It is hurtful. Everyone wants to let off some steam. They're probably not happy in their life. I'm struggling, but having this YouTube channel is helping me stay focused and giving me positive vibes as well. I do like reading all your comments and questions as well. Some of them question me, what am I doing? And it kind of makes me reflect and thinking, what are you doing? And sometimes I do wonder, was this the right idea? And it was at the beginning, but now with the accident, I'm thinking, I'm not as invincible as I first thought. And having accidents like this kind of stops you in your tracks. And I think a lot of us are like that. We feel like we're invincible until we have kind of an accident that kind of like says, back up, Pen, you're not so invincible. You're a human, and you've really got to start looking after yourself. So I'm pulling my head out of the sand and trying to be a bit more healthy, a bit more exercise. So I'm going to be starting to do a little bit of exercise with my arms, and just sitting up and down will help, and just making sure that I'm on the right medication. So thank you everybody who has suggested things for me to take, and I will be asking the doctor about getting a certified diagnosis of, do I have osteoporosis, or was it just a unfortunate accident that I had? Anyway, let's get on with some breakfast. I'm starving, and I've got to get to school as well. So the unit I've got is quite small, and I don't really have very much storage, so I feel like sometimes the place is getting a little bit unruly. So we've got some tomatoes, some eggs, and bacon. It's my last bacon, so I'll have to get some more. Well, I'm not quite sure if you call it bacon, but yeah. So bacon, eggs, and some tomatoes. So I'll whip that up into something. Come on, let's go. Oh, come on, let's go. Bit of milk. Okay. So, looks a bit topsy-turvy, but I'm sure it will taste good. Breakfast was delicious, and now it's time for me to get to school. It does take me a little bit of time to get out the door because I find it challenging to hold the bag as well as the crutches. Once I get out the door, then I sit down. I have to put my crutches back inside, get my shoe on, and then get my bag in the wheelchair, and then I'm off. So it does take a few minutes. So we're off to school. Another lovely day. It only takes about like 6 to 10 minutes to get to school. I haven't actually timed it. It's probably a good idea to time it really. But from the room that I'm renting, so I've got that until mid-June. And then I go back to my other apartment, which I'm looking forward to because it's closer to my daughter. It is a bit far. It takes about an hour by train and walking to the station, etc., to get to her. And she's got quite busy, so I haven't seen her this week. Hopefully I'll see her tomorrow when I go to the doctor's with my crutches. And yeah, got the wheelchair people coming tomorrow as well. I think I've got to pay another month's rent for the wheelchair, which I will do because just with Japan, you walk a lot, and even though I'm going to be starting to go on crutches, I don't think that I'll be able to walk as much as what I have to do. And yeah, I just have to build up a bit of muscle mass on the old arms. I think slowly the medication is wearing off from the anaesthetic because today I feel a little bit better. I have stopped all pain medication. I stopped that last week. I actually got some more pain medication from the doctor, well, a prescription, and I just held on to it for just over a week or 2 weeks, and I went to get the prescription, and then I found that it was too long. You waited too long. You have to go get the prescription quicker. So I thought, oh crikey. So then I asked the doctor for another prescription, and he gave it to me. So I got that on Thursday, and I went to get the prescription on the Monday, and the chemist said, oh no, you're too late. I was like, oh my gosh. So I'm not going to ask for any more. It must be a sign saying you don't need any pain medication. But I wanted to get the pain medication when I started trying to walk, but no, we won't worry about that. We'll just carry on. So the school day, it's 2 classes, and you have a break of 15 minutes in between. We're just coming up to the school now. Konnichiwa. Here's my outfit of the day. I didn't actually wear a jumper today. Arigato, sayonara. So today felt like a bit better day. I've had a better night's sleep and I kind of understood most of the lesson, so that was good. And there's a bit more talking involved. It seems we pair up quite a bit and we're doing our sentences together, so yeah. I felt, today's probably the first day I felt a little bit more confident. We had a bit of a test and it was an introduction test. It was quite simple, so yeah, happy. I'm just on my way home, but I thought I'd just do a different way home. Just thought I'll go a different way home. So I've been quite lucky because the weather has been pretty good recently. But we are coming into the rainy season, and so that starts, they're saying, from June. So that's when it rains a lot. I suppose that's why they call it the rainy season. You know, sometimes I surprise myself. When I got home, it looked like the floors did need a bit of a clean. I do kind of like wipe the floors quite often. And they always seem quite dirty, and it's like the coffee grinds from the machine kind of sprinkle on the floor. These are just kind of white, so they're not really. So I'm here for another month. I suppose it's one good thing, the place is quite small because it doesn't take too much to clean it. Now, we went to have a look at a sightseeing kind of plan last weekend, but that kind of went by the by because we went to a cafe for lunch, and it was a little bit of a walk, but it was kind of on the way where we wanted to go, but it was closed. And then the next one had stairs. So by the time we actually got to get some lunch, it was near like 3 o'clock. And yeah, that wasn't too good, because then, yeah, we decided just to flag it. Thank you so much for watching my video today. I hope you enjoyed spending some time with me. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Subscribing and liking and commenting really helps my channel, and it'll be great to hear from you. I read all your comments. So until next time, see ya!